Back on that Phantom Spark. I'm ready to do some, like, slipping and sliding. Uh-oh. We don't have my headphones in. We've got some audio bleed, maybe. We've done it. All right. Let's go. It's my synth sounds in this game, for sure. A rune. Give it to me. All right. Expecting more slidey tunnels. That seems to be the theme of this last area. The real challenge is persisting. I mean, maybe. Alright. Okay, this turn's gonna be tough. Oh, not too bad. Alright. High speed level so far. We're gonna have to brake here, I think. That's probably too much brake, but here we are. That was a big release on that, too. Just a little brake there. Too big of a release, probably, again. Long track. Silver, probably. If I had to guess. Look at that. I've always wondered how you, like, decide, where to put medals when you're making a game like this. Like, I feel like I tend to work alone, and so it would require. I feel like it would require more than one person. I mean, I could kind of eyeball it, probably. I mean, I guess I do have a feel for what should be silver by how well I do, but it's sort of retroactive in that I'm reacting to what the game has already told me is silver to decide new silvers. Well, I'm not beating him, but I'm beating myself. Yeah. So I think, I don't know. The top end is more obvious for me. Like, I think you can tell when you've done a relatively clean run, and you can call that gold. And if you get some real, like, meaningful sort of track specific optimizations, then you can call that platinum. But yeah, the placement for silver and bronze is a little trickier, I think. Is that too much brake this time? I had to do a little release, so not quite optimal, but better than sometimes. Okay, less of a release there. I think we can just take that turn sharper, and then we don't need to release at all. Here's a tiny brake and a little release. That's not amazing. You shouldn't be bumping here. Are they gonna catch me? They are. Sad. Okay. It's like these tracks are largely coming down to the slippery parts. You just have to do the slippery parts well. I think maybe if we didn't go as wide here. I don't think we need as wide as we're going. I released there a bit, which wasn't ideal. If I would have just carried through that speed, I think it would have been fine. Brake, brake, release. That was less of a release, but still a release. Okay. So you can't really do that one with full speed. The other two, though, seemed very doable. So it's really that last one that, you know, I might not carry speed out of. But the rest of these, like, you can cut this pretty close, right? Like, that's just fast. That's super fast. Like, we're gonna have to brake pretty hard here. Still did a little release, but it's fine. Now here, I did a slight release. Still carrying a lot of speed. Tiny brake here. Yeah, that felt good. I don't think ideal, but it's fine. Might be gold. Cool. Right. Yeah, send me to the map. Beep. Beam. I do think the tracks could use slightly more variety. I would say that some of the tracks don't feel like they have an identity of sorts. And I actually don't think that's a... Ooh, I had a release there. I don't think that's... that they don't have enough elements. I actually think there are enough design elements here that you can make some memorable tracks. I think if the tracks position themselves more around like a centerpiece of sorts, they'd come off more memorable. If you want a game to like compare this to, and see, I just sort of first shot that track. I'm not sure what it was meant to be teaching me. If you want a game to compare this to, F-Zero X for the N64. That's a game has like these extremely minimalistic tracks. Mostly because I guess it was hard to get the game running at 60 FPS on 64. So to ensure that the game ran at 60 FPS with the number of carts they had, which was a ton. I think you're racing like 20 or 30 other racers at a time. Controlled recklessness. Yeah, okay, I understand. The flick to the right followed by a flick to the left. Easy. Yeah. I don't know. If you don't know how to do these pathways before this trial, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, this is a hard one though. Go farther out. Anyway, like I was saying, F-Zero X, pretty minimalistic tracks and minimalist scenery too. And even the tracks themselves are short. But you're doing multiple laps. In some cases, a lot of laps. Maybe maybe actually that's what makes it a little more memorable too. Although I'm running this track a bunch of times. I'm running the tracks in this game a bunch of times, so it feels like they should be more memorable than they are. Anyway, F-Zero X for the N64 does a very good job of having memorable tracks, and it's because they like center around just one thing. Like, oh, this is the track with the big loop, or like this is the track with the 4 jumps in a row, right? Like there's this identity to the track. Like I feel like if you needed to describe tracks in this game in like a single phrase like that, you'd have a very hard time. There's a few tracks that are like, oh, this one's about U-turns, or this one's about I'm trying to think of another track. But like, for example, most of the tracks in this area feel like they're just about these slippery areas. And maybe that's only because that's the part that I have trouble with, but like, the turns that are before that or after that sort of just don't matter. Okay, this is a nice little practice area for what I'm trying to do here, I guess, so that's kind of nice. I need to be on the outside coming in. It's pretty tough. Is A-Rune releasing? I don't know. I did a slight release and now I'm slower than A-Rune. So I don't know. I did an even more slight release there. Maybe if I would have bumped, that would have been fine. Is the early... So, like, I should be early releasing? I don't know. That's pretty close. I didn't get the second turn in time. I think I have this. It's just this into this with a small release somewhere. This into this. So tight. Ugh. I didn't bump. It is taking like a small release, and I feel like you can probably do this without a release, but it's so difficult. I'm not turning... I guess I'm not switching my turn fast enough. Like, I need to start turning left before I think I do. Like, here. That's closer. Even earlier? I wasn't actually that close to the wall. So here, already turning right... Well... Alright, already turning right. Not that hard. And there I delayed a little too long. These are rough. Ouch. All right, a couple more tries. I don't know if I'm actually getting anywhere here. The first turn was good, the second was not. All right, A-Rune definitely letting up right at the beginning of the turn. There I did, and I lost all my speed. He's also not going quite as wide. I don't know why I'm going that wide. This is more like a slalom and not a real wide setup. I guess that's why, because it's like hard to make the second turn. He's faster. Don't be afraid to take it slow at first. Any runes pathways sometimes demand a controlled recklessness. That really doesn't give me a hint for how I'm meant to do this. I mean, I guess the hint is the ghost, but like... There we go, well... You just hit it. Alright. Send me back. Cloud. Here's a little grass. I do feel like you could use the elements in a way to make it... Like, what if there's just a track that, like, makes you drive through grass for a bit, right? Like, I feel like there's enough elements, but they're sort of limited in the way they use those elements. When they could be a lot... sort of more experimental. I mean, you have so few... You have so few, like, things that interact with the mechanics, is what I'm saying. You have so few mechanics that, like, it's worth, like, trying every combination of mechanics, right? A little slow. Yeah, and just to restate my thesis, I like it's not a problem with the simplicity. I like the simplicity, actually. It's the application of the simplicity. I had to release there a bit, but I'm still faster than my other one, apparently. Oh, I forgot about this turn. That's rough. This part's interesting at the end here. I've always interpreted that those ending tiles as like slightly more slippery than normal road. But I'm not actually sure if that's true. I think it might be. Like if they put those ending tiles before the end, that would be interesting, right? I don't think that grass cut is, like, exactly right. Let's try to go a little wider here. Keep more speed. You have to immediately brake, though. I mean, I guess it's more that brake is the thing that really decides how well you're doing, not the... Alright, so this into... A lot of tiny releases because I was scared of hitting the wall. But, I mean, we successfully kept more speed. And that's the end. Yeah, actually, I don't think that's any slipperier, even though I've always assumed it was. Or I've, like, played like it was. Oh, god damn it. The decision to switch the continue and restart buttons when you get a new record is insane. It drives me insane. I would say one of the rules of designing controls for video games is make them predictable. if they're switching due to context all the time, it's really hard to like get the game to do what you want it to do. And there's like such a penalty for doing that. It's like this 10-second affair where I have to like watch all these animations and go back to the map and stuff. Like it just it's minor but frustrating. Earlier break there was much better. I really need to take that turn better. Ugh. I really wish I could restart from checkpoints in this game, but there's no restarting from a checkpoint, is there? It's odd because they could totally do it. Like, they have a replay system. So they can literally give you a rolling start from any checkpoint. Because they should have your replay data saved up until then. And if the problem's like rewinding or fast forwarding, you just have to add a few more keyframes probably, right? And then you can get there. Like if the rewind's too long. That's what the new Trackmania does, is it gives you rolling starts on checkpoints. So however you entered that checkpoint last, if you press the restart button, you'll start at that checkpoint, and then it starts like a few seconds before you hit the checkpoint, but that's just like it's like automated at that point. So it's like driving the same lines that you did up to the checkpoint and then letting you have control again, which is a pretty, I think, nice solution, because it lets you practice sections with the speed you would have had you not crashed right after that. And I need to stay on the outside more there. And this I just do not know how to do. I mean, I did a huge release. We have speed, so we're like winning, but yeah, that's just normal road. Is it more slippery on the other domains? Let's try this again. I'm not sure how much of it is luck, but I lead on a path. I don't know what he was saying. Whatever. All right, there's like a couple things I'm talking too much and not focusing on the intricacies of this track. Too much grass, but still better. It's like one too many releases. This is not a record. That's the end of the track, basically. The rest of that's sort of trivial. Outside to inside. Okay. Okay. Okay, that was a good break. I mean, it wasn't perfect for sure, but it was much better than I have been doing. And then I keep this more speed, I'm probably up 1.5 seconds through this whole place, because I have so much more speed. Not 1.5 seconds, but like... It actually stayed pretty constant. All right. Horizon. He's with me. Left turn, right turn. Ugh. Okay. I do think that that element's underused, those, like, pillars in the middle. Oh, wow. I was not... After that grab, I was not expecting to lose that much speed. Actually seemed to be... Oh, maybe I was going uphill. I thought I was losing speed because I was turning too hard, but maybe I was just going uphill. Okay. That's, like, clearly I don't need to brake here. I already did my brake for the turn. I don't need a brake there at all, right? Yeah. No brake. Brake there. Same thing. Mm. I don't know what my problem is, but I cannot do that turn. All right. Brake. Brake. I could tell I wasn't making it. Brake. Brake. So I think braking twice is not optimal, but here we are. Had to release there a bit, not my favorite. No, you see there I'm losing speed, but not going uphill. Very significant improvement. Just need a little bit more. No, don't break there. I think the turn's gonna get sharper and then it gets wider. Did a little mini release there. Alright, we can still do better on this part though. We beat him. It's probably enough. Nice. All right, send me back. All right, let's try this trial. Gravity will slow you down here, but remember to lift when entering the corner. Lift? Lift? Go to the turn, approach the apex, carry the drift through. Okay. I don't really know what they mean by lift. I don't know if you can do this at full speed. Yeah, that's a no. Okay, let me understand your line, I guess. By lift, you just mean release, right? I think we're gonna have a hard time getting tier 2 with that. But we can see the tier 2 ghost and see what they're doing differently. I honestly think it's just a tiny release. Like that. Little... I did too many subsequent tiny releases. Okay, that was a longer one. I guess if I'm gonna do a longer one, I might as well just do a break tap, right? There we go. Oh, they have more speed than me, slightly. $200th. Alright. Yeah. Didn't like that setup. There we go. That was good. All right. Great, I know everything. Dusk Dawn, Serenity. How do I distinguish myself from the phantoms? Well, the one that has my consciousness is me, I think. Ah, I didn't know what I was looking at. I shouldn't have reset. You don't reset on Discovery. We have this rule. It feels so bad. Goes against all my... Whoa, okay. Ooh, a jump out of one. That's kind of fun. Well, I like the scenery, too. The, like, bridge we're going under is cool. Clearly wrong, but that's what we've done. We've pressed the brake right at the end of a turn. Tiny little releases, but 2 of them. The bump's not gonna hurt that bad, but I didn't know where I was going the first time, so a definite improvement just because I know the track better. Okay. He's tricked me again. Because you're like mashing the button to get to the next thing. Why does it do this to me? Little release. Too much brake. It's a right turn out of this. Okay. Very incremental. There's like no braking at the start of the, okay, there's that. Okay, so if that's the case, didn't we say that it's like better to brake here and then you can set up for this with more speed? Absolutely not. It's like that. Well, even that felt bad. I think actually that line was better, and maybe I can just do that line without... Yeah, I can do that without braking. Okay. You just treat it as 1 turn instead of 2. Kept a lot of speed out of that. I'm happy with that. Here, I always brake too much. I also hit the corner, so... Alright, short track. Should be enough for gold, finally. Okay. I think we got this. Right. Outside. You're treating it like 1 turn. There we go. Lost even less speed. Maybe too much brake. I always do it, though. Alright. Gold? Not quite. Close. Stop sign turd's good. Yeah, love that. Tiny release. Even more speed there. Ugh, it's so bad. Okay, we just need to keep more speed in that last turn. That's literally the whole map now. It's a teeny tiny release. Okay. I think that's good. That was tight. I released a little there at the end, too. Fine. Cool. And for some reason, it didn't, like, give me the go back to map thing. All right. Thank you for switching my buttons all the time, game. Yeah, so next time we will maybe check out the last couple levels, try to get golds where we haven't. And maybe we'll call that. I won't subject the audience. I might go for platinums in a bunch of these, but I don't think that's gonna be terribly exciting content. Just get to see me fail a lot. It'd be funnier, I guess, if I was like a more prone to raging. Well, if you give me to play certain types of games, I can get a little more incensed. What's the difference? Just a bigger head? Alright, I like that. Whatever. Anyway, see you next time.